The Damage for Podcast episode 1070. We were just talking off air about, you know, our cult and uh uh racial purity or just kidding. We were talking about the disc situation with Sony, which has been talked to death on the internet. So
Sure.
I don't really have much more to say. But I think what I was going to say is that I do think that there is like a finite end to the amount of physical video games that will be out in the wild, right? Like we now have an end date,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not just that Sony's not making physical games. They're literally stopping production on like on like game
Yes.
Blu-ray so that other people can't do it either, right?
Right.
So there's going to be an end date completely to like all the games that you could ever buy physically. So from then on, that's when that secondhand market's going to explode and
Mhm.
everything's going to be so expensive so fast.
Yes.
So start
Sure is.
collecting now for things that you want.
You're almost too late.
You are almost too late. You can't, I mean, you could, there are all the good
There's some
used,
things. Yeah.
yeah, all the good used first party games for any console it's going to cost you the price of a brand new sealed game now, if not
Hmm.
more.
Yeah.
Like if you want, like I've been going back and collecting some Wii games
Hmm.
and some 3DS games and stuff. And if you want the good ones, you can get them, but you're gonna have to pay like like a like brand new price for them. More
Right.
so, even more so compared to when they came out, because I think 3DS games were like $40 brand new. So yeah, it's pretty bad out there, um, but hey, you know, I have. I have Dead Space Extraction for the Wii, and that's
Oh
fun.
yeah. I do too. Yep.
It's a good game. That's a good game. I also have Sonic All-Star Racing, so
I have that on 360. I
you
love that
probably have
game.
the transformed one maybe
Yeah, I
then.
do. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I bought it because Beats in it.
Yeah, so he's in that other one too. And then I
Oh
just
shit.
and
I
then
didn't
I
get
just
it.
got Sega All-Star Tennis
Hmm.
for the Wii, and Beat is in that as well. So,
Nice.
pretty cool.
I got some other stuff to pick up then.
Yeah, all the old when Sega was putting stuff out in that like after they crashed and then they were just doing
Mm.
software, like that run of like GameCube, Wii, Xbox, original Xbox, and GameCube, like the games that they're putting out are it's great run of stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like they're coming back full circle. I mean, we're getting another Crazy Taxi next year, so
Yeah.
let's
I guess
go.
I haven't read that they've scrapped the new Jet Set either, so I don't
No,
know if they have.
No, I think that's still in the works. I think that we're gonna get that. So
I can't wait for that.
that'll be nice. That'll be really nice. Because Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is good, but it can only do so much,
It was janky. Yeah.
It is janky. It needs that Sega polish.
I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it is jank for sure.
It is jank. It has the jank of a Dreamcast game. For better or for worse, it is exactly a Dreamcast game. So yeah, it would be nice if they put out like a really polished. Hey, I'll just take a remastered
Oh, absolutely. I would too. Yeah.
one in uh Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Future all on like a Switch cartridge. Come
Yeah.
on, give me
Yeah.
that.
Bring that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. But Sega is having a rebirth. Capcom is back again, baby, selling
Oh,
games.
yeah.
So Capcom came out with their financials, and they were like, "Yeah, we sold 9 million units of Resident Evil Requiem, and that's pretty good considering it's only been
Hmm.
out since March, I think." Um, so for a while there, Capcom wasn't putting anything out or making any good
All
games,
right.
and now
Yeah.
they're
Konami, the same thing with Konami. They were just,
yeah,
for whatever reason,
they're
just,
making pachinko machines and
right.
stuff in Japan. They weren't coming
Right.
out with real things.
So it's like, yeah, kind of, That's one good thing about, I guess, last gen and going. I say last gen, but like the PS4 era going into the PS5 era is like some of the heavy hitters were finally back and like putting out heaters. You know, it was like there was actually good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just because it took that long for development on all these games or what,
That's a
but
good point. Yeah.
it's hard to know. Uh, Game development now is like the length of a
Oh,
console cycle,
all right.
or more if it's Grand Theft Auto. It's
Oh,
like two
yeah.
console cycles.
Well, again, I mean, they can afford to take as long as they want to make the game that they want when they're still making bank off the last one that they put out
Yeah,
12 years ago.
they still make billions off
Right. The
of
online.
yeah. But they did if they didn't release it this year, they would have lost billions in like shares or whatever.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, that's like that whole like I don't
The
know,
side of it I know nothing about.
that take two corporate overlord stuff is pretty
Gotcha.
scary. So,
I guess, but at the same, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. But I would think they if anything, if anyone would have earned the right to take as long as it took. But
yeah, I mean I mean this game and then Red Dead 2 was their last one, right? So
right, right.
they've put out good games. But there was a time, I remember the time when we got a new Rockstar game like every 6 months.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah, bring back Manhunt. Let's go.
please.
Yeah, bring back Manhunt. Those
Love
are
Manhunt.
yeah, those are fun. I played the one Manhunt 2 on my PSP. That was great.
PSP. Yeah, the copy I have now is on PS2, but originally it was only on PSP, right?
Mm, I
Or
don't think
did I
so.
make that up? Okay.
I don't there I'm not sure. I'm not gonna comment because I don't really know on that one. But
The only reason I can imagine I would have gotten it for PSP over the PS2 is because that was my only option. But I could be misremembering that.
there's also an edition of Manhunt for the Wii where it makes the killing very
Mm,
versatile, like very realistic, I guess. Which is like really funny that
that's
the most
wild.
violent edition is the console
Right.
where every commercial had a family playing it.
Right. I would love to see somebody cut in like whatever it shows, like the people at like the nursing home playing like Wii Sports, but they put
Yeah,
Manhunt on the
you got
TV
some old
instead.
guys taking care of those guys with like the pig masks or whatever they're wearing.
Right, right.
Oh
Wrapping a
man.
plastic bag over their head and
Yeah.
stabbing them in the face with a shard of glass.
Man, video games are wild. Rockstar used to be so controversial, and now they're controversial for different reasons. But they used to be
Yeah.
controversial for like the content of their games, and they were like constant targets for like I don't know, like parent groups and
Parent
things.
groups, yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And
And I'd
now
say
they're
an entire generation of children learned what beating up hookers
yeah.
to steal the money back from them
Yeah.
means because of Rockstar.
Exactly. They understood the 80s was filled with cocaine because of Vice
Right.
City. Yeah.
Right. Right.
But they also learned what good hip hop was in San Andreas.
Yep.
So, you
Yep.
know. And now they just put a code in a box and send you on your way. So,
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for the hundo.
yeah. I was at GameStop the other day. Um, this guy came in to pre-order Grand Theft Auto, and he's like, "I want like the special like super edition, the $100 one." And the GameStop guy was like, "We actually don't sell that version. You just have to buy the base version, and then when you
Oh
use the
God.
code." When you get it, then you have to just buy
Upgrade
the
or buy the
upgrade.
DLC.
And the
Yeah.
guy was like,
That's
"That's so dumb. I'm not doing
yep.
that."
Yep.
I was like, this
I gotta be
conversation
honest.
happening right now is so stupid.
I mean, it is, but I got to be honest, man. I'm like, I don't even know that I'm gonna buy it this year. I might just
I'm
wait.
not gonna, well, it really depends on a couple of things. I'm not planning on buying it the window of release because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just a broken mess because
Right.
5 was really bad that way. And Rockstar in general, like it just takes like a year. They're like a Bethesda situation where
Sure.
they launch it and then it's just like kind of junky. And so I kind of want to, like, I haven't seen any gameplay at all. Like, we haven't
No, I don't
seen,
think anybody has. Yeah, I
no.
mean,
So, like, I don't even know what I'd even be excited to buy.
right.
So,
The
and
cutscenes are nice.
yeah, yeah, cutscenes. But who knows? Those are rendered, and who knows if those
Right.
are in game? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know how. And like, I wasn't so hot on five that I feel like I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for six. I'm more curious about six from like a what's this going to do to the industry, good or bad situation.
Right.
I'm sure I'll play it, but like, I'm not. Um, yeah, I'm not. I think that's like the Ocarina of Time remake is probably coming out in November, and I'm rather would play that probably
Mm,
than I would GTA 6 because I don't know, they're both unknown quantities, but I don't know. Even mediocre Nintendo is usually pretty enjoyable, so
right.
if the remake is mediocre, then hey, I'm fine. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about GTA 6 yet, so but I'm curious. I'm curious to see if it's good, if it's worth it, if it's I'm sure it's gonna be like there's so like it's kind of hard to even know like there's so much expectation and like
Right.
so it's like it could be the biggest game release of all time that we've had. Whatever. I don't know what the second one is. I mean, was it Halo 2? I'm not really sure, but like or Halo 3. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, like how like what people are. It's also one of the things where like nobody's gonna shut up about it for like 3 weeks,
Right.
and you can't enjoy it. Where every time you just like open up the internet and
Yeah.
people are like either complaining about it or glazing it, and you're just like, I just want to
Yes.
play the game by myself in a room with no contact. It's nice. It's just fine just to go back to the game after all like it's died down a little bit, patches are
No,
out.
absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely.
Anyway, video games are in an interesting spot. We got diskless consoles coming around
Yeah.
in the next cycle, and I mean Xbox hasn't officially said anything, but we know it's gonna be no discs for them.
Yep.
Um, Although I am curious about their disc to digital program
Hmm.
with Project Helix because if they allow for me to digitize my library and while also being able to keep my discs. Like if there's a window in which they're like, between these 3 months, if you know,
Oh God. I mean, it's gonna take me the entire 3 months, but yeah, I
yeah.
would do it.
But if I'm able to like get a copy, digital copy or license for all those things
Yeah,
and
for
still
sure.
be able to keep my disc because I think they did a thing once, I think it was with the Xbox One or something. Unless I'm making this up, where you had to like mail in your discs.
Oh Lord.
And they gave you like digital licenses. I think that's what that was for. I could be totally wrong on this, but whatever. If there's this hypothetical situation in which you have to mail in your discs to get the digital license, no way, nuh-uh, nuh-uh,
No, that's
nuh-uh,
not
no, no, no,
happening.
no. But if there is a way for me to translate those discs into digital licenses, that would be cool and would be very much okay with moving forward, knowing that my library is still in there and I still also actually own my library
Right.
outside of that,
It
because
would
I
it would
yeah.
be difficult to prove though that I guess I don't know, maybe I don't know, but I, for me to just say, hey, I own this game physically, put it in my digital library, and then like people would immediately just pass it to their boys and be like, all right, now you tell them.
Yeah.
Like there would have to be a way for them to validate that they've only
Yeah.
allowed that license for that particular copy once.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's on discs that would like be an identifier, right? Like,
Yeah,
if they're able to, like, if discs, I don't know how the disc like science works, right? If they
yeah, I
have
don't
their
either.
own unique code imprinted in there that they would be able to be like, oh, this one was already taken, kind of thing.
Right.
Um, because yeah, that would have to be. It seems like this program would be a huge mess if they try to do it, but
Yes.
I would love to remain optimistic.
Oh yeah.
Regardless, I will just keep the Xbox Series X to play all the games I still have.
Yep.
Um, and if that goes, then I'll buy another one. And
That's where I'm at.
yeah, because I can't see myself just like going into the next generation with only my digital content as backwards compatible that like I've
No.
already purchased. Like it's just I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a good investment of time and money.
Right.
Um, it's very ugly out there, folks. And what was once a hobby with full of fun people and a business made by fun people has turned into like the most like downtrodden,
Just
depressing.
horrible, money hungry,
Yeah, like
greedy, just
like it's crazy. Like I work in book publishing and the people at the top are not this kind of like I don't know, like this bad about or like unfun about the industry, right?
yeah.
And you don't because you see all these like psychos come out and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna have a computer make our entire game. And you're just like, what is going on? Nobody wants that. I was listening to an
No.
interview the other day and it was just like this guy from EA and he was like, yeah, we're gonna put ads in our video games and you'll just have ads running in the video game and that will increase the profit for us. And I'm like, but what like in my head, I'm like, well, what does that do for the player? Like they don't
Right.
care. Like it's really wild. Like just the way these guys talk about video games now is like they've become tech companies and not
Hmm.
like entertainment companies, right?
Right.
And it's just it's like every day it's some new thing that's just like so depressing.
Yeah, something new every day that sucks.
Yeah. Like even now they're talking about this Xbox Series X, which is going up to like $800 next month, that it's probably going to go up to $1,000 before the end of the year.
That is just oh God, it blows my mind.
Isn't that just crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy.
I wish I'd have bought three.
I
It's
know
like
you could have. They could have. That would have been the
it's
best
like
investment you ever made.
well, just because like if mine did shit the bed tomorrow, I can't afford a new one at that much.
I know. And
And
they
I
also,
wouldn't based on principle just because the first one I bought was 500 and I thought that was a lot.
yeah, I think if my Series X went out, that I don't think I could justify buying a brand new one. You know, like
Yeah,
I think I would have to get like an Xbox One and
you're
just
right.
be like, you
I'd
know
take
what?
mine back from Katie. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just yeah, but
like you know what? I'll get like that one X for like whatever. You can get them for like $300. I'd be like, this is fine. Plays the
yep,
majority of my library.
right.
And yeah, that would be probably the way I would go because I just I I couldn't. I haven't like even spending 450 plus on the Switch 2 is kind of like where my max was on buying a new console price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's sort of like that $500 is sort of like kind of where I draw the line.
Yeah,
Where
same
I'm
here.
like
Yeah.
this is a thing I love and it is a toy and I can't justify spending more money on that because then like I might as well just buy a computer, you know,
Exactly.
or just buy a gaming PC at that point. So, um,
And I am not prepared to, that's a headache I'm not prepared to take on for somebody my age. I'm just
yeah,
like, no, I'm
exactly.
good. I'm so good. I'm not doing that.
That's right. That's
Like,
just play your gotta play your just bring out the 3DS again, buddy. That's what we're gonna do.
I'll plug the Super Nintendo Mini in. That'll be what I play. So,
I know. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's wild out there. Um, but video games, we've been playing them.
mhm.
We've been we've been uh punching demons and
Yep.
using our hands as motorcycles.
Yep.
Um,
Summoning our own demons to punch the
summoning our
demons.
own. Yeah, that's right. Have you been playing anything else that you of note that you've really liked recently?
Nah, not really.
Have
I
you been playing Destiny at all? Like, what's going
oh
on
yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
What's
So
the let's check the temperature over at Destiny 2.
uh I mean it's still healthier than it's been probably in a year and a half.
Hmm.
Lots of people, I mean lots of creators have kind of made all the content they're looking to make from Monuments of Triumph. All the build videos are kind of still coming out, but we're seeing people start to walk away now. Paul Tassi said he was basically done with the game.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's the guy.
yeah, and he's like, yeah, there's just not really anything else for me to chase. He's like, I've got everything I want and that kind of thing. And he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. But I'm still chasing things. I'm still enjoying the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Me and Brandon have really been hitting dungeons hard because there's a bunch of dungeons we'd never done,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put catalysts in the game for every exotic that didn't have one,
Mm-hmm.
and so for my favorite weapons that I never that never got a catalyst, I've been going for those. And so we know Pit of Heresy like the back of our hand at this point, um, because we ran it multiple times a week for the past few weeks. And of course, he doesn't even like Xenophage, and he got the fucking thing on our first run,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks to get it. But um, and we're working on duality now, just because we've never done it, and so we just figured we'd take it slow and like because we're not cracked or anything. We play the game enough that we should be, but we're just not.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, man, if we hit one checkpoint a night, we have seven days to get through it before reset. So last night we did the first duality checkpoint. Well, we got to the second one, so we completed the first encounter and then did just traversal to the. So we're starting the second encounter probably tomorrow night, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have like there's 11 dungeons, and we'd really only done Prophecy, Ghosts of the Deep. Um, what's the one? The first one we ever solo flawless, the Goonies one.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck's the name of that thing? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But like, and of course we've done the first one because everybody did the first one at first drop. But they started getting progressively harder as they were dropping new dungeons, and we just couldn't make progress. And so, but now, like for whatever reason, we've decided we want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're working on that. Like I said, I finally got my Xeno catalyst, so I'm trying to finish it up because you have to once you get it to drop, you have to get a certain amount of kills to fill up a percentage bar before you get the new perk. So
Mm-hmm.
just that, and then I'm going to be jumping into outside of that. I'm going to be doing a lot more of the Sparrow racing because I love it, but I had put it on the back burner because I was trying to get the title,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a deadline for the title. And so once I got it, I was like, now I can have fun. Not that I wasn't having fun, but now I can just fuck around and do what I want. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a checklist I'm trying to knock out. But yeah, other than that, just I've been playing, DMC, and not much else. I was sick for a while, so it's well, I'll tell you, Devil May Cry cutscenes when you're sick and already delusional and like feverish and shit. Well, they don't make a lot of sense.
They don't
Like,
make a lot of sense in I saw it's so funny. I saw like a YouTube short, and it was the scene where Dante gets the hat and he does the Michael Jackson dance.
yeah,
And the text over the video was like, imagine showing this to somebody with no context. And then in the comments somebody said, imagine showing this to somebody with context. Because both times are like no matter what, it's just like what is going on.
yeah.
For those of you who don't know, there's a weapon you get, the Dr. Faust hat, later in the like midway through the game, and when Dante gets it from Trish or somebody, um, or Nico, somebody, one of
Mm.
the characters gives him the hat. He puts it on, and he does like they play like this music in the background that sort of is kind of like Beat It, but not really, for obvious reasons. And then he does like a moonwalk and dances around like Michael Jackson and grabs his crotch, and
Mhm.
it's a cutscene, all right. It's something. It is absolutely refreshing in this day and age, I will say.
Yes, that a game could take itself like so seriously, but also have silly shit like that in it.
Yeah, like you're not ready for this next moment.
You're
Nuh-uh.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Also that, yeah.
Also, we
I
have
think
this
there's
van that can
always
show
gonna
up
be
anywhere.
yeah, there's always gonna be something you didn't see coming in Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's Yeah, pretty awesome. But yeah, I think if you're in like a sick state, it would just also be like, what is
Did I
happening?
just see that?
Did
What
I
are they
did
talking
I did
about?
I is that the Dayquil kicking in? What's going on? But good news is that the new ball pit update's coming next month in a
Oh,
few
hell
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, the naturalist update, baby. I'm gonna get
I gotta
back on
get,
my ball pit
yeah, I certainly
grind.
do. Yeah.
Just
I've been
totally
saying
lose.
it, but like I have not played shit, man. I don't know. I feel like every day there's something that keeps me from doing something I want to do.
For me, it's work, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, yeah, work, but even I can't even leave work and do what I want to do.
Um, well, good. I'm glad you're still playing Destiny and you play DMC. And for me, I've played two good Nintendo games, I think, since we last spoke.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing the new Splatoon Raiders,
Uh,
which is
is that the
in
single player one?
yes, it
Okay.
is incredible. I was not sure about it. I really love Splatoon like as a series. I was there day one when it came out on Wii U and loved it since then and really enjoy those games, but always just kind of like multiplayer games for me are just I don't know, just not
I'm
the
the
thing.
same way. Like I was excited. I love the concept and I love the art style, but
Hmm.
and it looks so much like a Dreamcast game to me.
Yeah,
But then
definitely.
when it's like only multiplayer, I was like, oh come on. I mean, I bought two. That was the
Hmm.
second game I got for my Switch, and I don't know. I put maybe 10 hours in it because I was like, oh, I don't like multiplayer.
Yeah. And like I really love Splatoon's take on the shooter, right? Like Nintendo found a hole in their market, which was like the shooter, right? The
Yep.
arena
Yep.
shooter, and they just figured out a way to make it not violent. And it
Right.
totally works. It's like the
Yep.
best thing they could have come up with. It is family friendly, but also like scratches that itch of shoot things, but also like try to cover as much territory, like kind of like a completionist thing of like trying to like put as much of your
Oh,
ink
that's
on.
exactly it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so satisfying, and if you're OCD, God, it feels good.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And when you win a like when at the end of the match, if you win, you get the like the percentage like pushes the other team
Yeah.
out, and you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it always feels so good. It does feel very good. But so I've always been a big Splatoon fan, but like it's not like a series that like I have friend like my friend Quinn, she's put in like 200 hours into three and maybe like 500 hours in Splatoon 2. Like she loves Splatoon.
Jeez.
But for me, yeah, it's just like fun. I always get the new one, like playing it, enjoy doing whatever single player stuff they do have in it, and then like, from time to time hopping in and playing multiplayer matches.
Hmm.
But Splatoon Raiders is crazy addictive. They just made a looter shooter, first person
Oh
looter
God.
shooter that you can like there is a multiplayer element to it where you can like co-op where you can ask people to come and join your raids with you. And, if you're having a hard time on a raid and like you're just not leveled up enough, or you can put out the call and just join other people's if you want. Like you just like randomly just jump into like a raid or a
Hmm.
level or whatever they're doing. But it is a, self-contained single player experience and it's a looter shooter and it's just like, it's the looter shooter routine of just leveling up and getting better equipment and it's very addictive. The levels are fun, it's challenging. I've put close to 20 hours I think into it already and it came out last week. I really really love it. It's my favorite Splatoon thus far.
Nice.
And I think like I'm way more interested in them doing another Raiders now than I would be, you know,
Mm.
I mean, I'll get Splatoon 4, but I'd be super pumped at whatever, 5 years, 6 years from now when they put out, Raiders 2. I know
Hmm.
that there's going to be, DLC for this or, like
Sure.
there'll be extra stuff, but I'm approaching the end of the campaign, whatever you want to call it. And I know that from what I've heard, the end game stuff is really crazy. So I'm very excited to kind of peel that back and see what it is. But yeah, you play as, an Inkling and you are out at sea with your crew. And you decide you're going to hunt for treasure, and basically you just kind of move around these islands looking for treasure and fighting salmonoids, which is if you played three, there's the salmon run, and they're kind of it's kind of like salmon run, but there's more to it than that, and like some of the levels are just very different. There's ones where you go underground, like to fight the final boss, or there's others where you just need to get to the end to get the treasure. There's a lot of variety. It kind of just keeps surprising you as you play, but yeah, I'm super addicted to it. I think it's just uh like I don't know. I think like for me, I could say that this is like a console seller. Like between this and I think Donkey Kong Bonanza, these are two games that I think are like really special and are worth the price of admission for the Switch 2. So, really really enjoying that right now. And then the other thing I played was the Star Fox remake, which I thought was
Mm.
excellent. I mean, it's kind of what it is. It is Star Fox. It is the majority of the it is all the same levels that were in Star Fox 64, but they look like it's stunning. It's the probably the best looking Switch 2 game out there right now. Like just the level of detail in like some of um those worlds. I can't think of the water one that is like stormy, but like it just is breathtaking to look at. But yeah, I played through Star Fox several times, did a bunch of runs, and got, different paths. I'm missing one planet. I have to go back, and I want to go back and do like the challenges and stuff. But I definitely felt okay, like doing a bunch of runs, putting it down, and being like, oh, I'll just come back to this because it's Star Fox. And when I come back to it, I'll just like nothing's really changed since 64, right? Like picking it up again is very easy. So it's not like I forget things from it. So yeah, I really really enjoyed that. I think for the price of admission of like $50, it's, more than worth your time.
Hmm.
And looks stunning. It's just a really stunning looking game. And I like the new Star Fox like puppet characters or whatever you want to call them.
Right, right.
Like the doll versions of them. They look really weird and I like that.
Got
So
you. Yeah, I'd be interested in that's something I really need to look at, some of these like N64 remakes and remasters and things, because I that is a complete and total blind spot for me in that console. Outside of my brother had one, and I would play the Hoth level of Shadows of the Empire like
yeah, it
over and over again
was
because
a good
that shit was
level.
so good.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I hate the controller. I always did.
Hmm.
I bought one from Tommy's store when he was still open in West Point, and I bought Shadows of the Empire and just a couple other things. I knew I didn't like Mario 64. I've tried that game multiple times. It's not for me.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I still never played it, so I finally got rid of it. But I think with updated controls and stuff, and like the newer consoles,
Hmm.
I feel like there's good games. That console's rough, man, and it's rough to go back to.
It's yeah, it's super rough to go back to because it didn't age as gracefully as some other consoles. Um, and there's just a lot of limitations to the console, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole, that's they Nintendo wanted cartridges, and the Sony didn't, and they wanted the discs, and so there for good and bad reasons. At the same time, like we got Ocarina of Time, we got Star Fox,
Mm-hmm.
we got some pretty great games. And Star Fox is one that's pretty easy to go back to, I feel like still, but I think the remake is
Yeah, out
just
of everything I could see, yeah. And I
yeah.
had some because I did play a bit of what's the Rogue Squadron or whatever, the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
That I liked on the 64. I don't know what it was, but I guess that controller for me lent itself to flight better than it
Hmm.
did, platformers and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's not it's a rough console. I have nostalgia for it for sure, but if anybody glazes the N64, I'm always a little like, well, it's not that, it's not still not that. You play that console now, buddy.
Uh,
Um,
Play a shooter on it.
yeah, yeah, just yeah, anything. But um, uh, so yeah, so I think the Star Fox game is very good, but I'm way more addicted right now to Splatoon Raiders. And on deck, we have the new Halo to play, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumped to play it. Although I feel like a lot of what I've seen from people I really like is kind of some of my fears, which is like, Yep, it's Halo. It's the first.
Right.
It's a nice looking version of the game you've played already, and um so I'm a little like I don't think I'll be bummed. I think I'll enjoy it, and I think that we
I think it's been
yeah
long enough for me. I mean, I've played through that game so many times, but I still think it's been long enough at this point to where I could play it and be like, oh yeah, that, that type of
yeah
thing.
yeah. But we'll have to figure out a night in the next couple of weeks just to play some levels together.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean I think I'll just play through it like play through the campaign solo, and then play some
Mm.
levels with you and
Okay.
see how that plays. I think it I from what I understand the co-op works perfectly well. So um, but yeah, I'm excited to kind of get into that, and then we have E-Day in
Hmm.
October, and that will be very exciting. They're gonna drop a multiplayer video tomorrow, which will be
Nice.
interesting to see what that is all about. But I'm always more concerned
I
with
know my son is like he is geeking. Like
he's geeking hard.
he's playing through all the old ones again on Insane or whatever now. So yeah, getting ready for this new one.
What's his favorite?
uh two, I think.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I
Two's great.
agree. I know it's not four. I say if it's not two, it's probably three for him, but
Uh-huh.
I think it's probably two.
Yeah. I mean, two is just such a banger after banger level. Like it
Yeah.
just doesn't stop.
Well,
And
there's a the twos are always it, right? It's like they
yeah.
take what was the proof of concept in the first one. They're like, oh shit, people like that. Now we can do all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the threes are always like a mixed
Yeah,
situation because they're
right.
whatever. But Gears 3 is great. I mean,
Yeah, like I
Gears.
said, when we did our first Gears of Fall, I was like, man, I thought I remembered not liking it, but that shit was good.
Yeah, it was really good. There's a lot a lot of good stuff in there. And it was really, I mean, for me, of course, it was like a really great adventure having read the books and like filled in all the
Mm-hmm.
gaps between 2 and 3 and being like, "Oh, that's why we're here on this boat."
Right.
As opposed to like playing it back in whenever and being like, "Why are we on a boat now?" and
Right.
"What's going on?"
That's,
So yeah.
what
Um
happened to the bee lady? I don't know.
the bee lady. That's what we're gonna call Locust from now on. And I think yeah, I think that's all that I've been playing like a real note. I want to feel like I did get Mouse PI
Oh, I want to play that.
for Switch 2, so very excited
I
to.
love that art style.
I know I am very excited to. It's still sealed on the on the shelf right now. That's like a rainy day game probably.
Hmm.
I'll probably pop that out when I'm like in between games and I'm like I just want to play something for 6 hours and beat it.
Yeah.
Um, all right, well we can talk about the topic at hand, which is we decided to play Devil May Cry 5, which is a sequel to Devil May Cry 4. I feel like I have to say this because there was DMC in between that,
Right.
and they've ignored it altogether. So that's
Right.
not a real thing that's happened. Uh, Canonically, there is a through line story for Devil May Cry, and if you can watch the video in Devil May Cry 5 of the story where they put all the games together and try to tell you exactly what that is, but it's really funny when they talk about 2 because they just don't even talk about Devil May Cry 2. They like flash Devil May Cry 2, the logo, and then they just go right into 3, which I thought was funny. Because that game's so bad, but
Yeah.
they still mentioned it, and they did not erase it from there was no revisionist history at Capcom. Um, So, Devil May Cry 5 came out in 2019, developed and published by Capcom. We had Hideki Itsuno come back to do it. He did all the Devil May Cries with Capcom except DMC. Um, I think. Let me fact check myself on that. No, he was a supervising director. Sorry, I apologize. He was not the director though. He was a supervising director. And he was a
Mm.
director for um the pretty much coming into two after Shinji, because Shinji Mikami did the first one, I think.
Yes.
Um because that was supposed to be a Resident Evil game, but then it wasn't.
Right. Right.
So he's been doing it the whole time. And he came back to this one. They wanted to make a follow-up to 4. They felt like 4 was a good game, but didn't take advantage of the system's power for like at that time it was PS3 and 360.
Right.
Um at the time. And then like if you go back and play 4, like I have a lot of fondness for 4 because it was one of the first PS3 games I picked up.
Hmm.
And but if you go back, there's a lot of backtracking because basically you play the game as Nero and then they make you play through almost the same levels again as Dante. This is a
Right.
pretty common occurrence in Devil May Cry games, by the way.
Yes.
They kind
Yeah.
of
I
make you
mean, yeah.
replay things a lot. Um, so they just felt like with 5, he really wanted to make the ultimate sort of Devil May Cry game for the fans that took advantage of the system and the technology at hand. And they got to work on it, and they started working on it in like 2013 or so. Took them a while to come out, but they were gonna it was actually gonna come out earlier in like 2017, but that was right around the time that Resident Evil 2 remake was coming out, and they wanted to space it out so that they would, maximize their profit there. So it was kind of pushed till 2019 came out to pretty much universal acclaim and
Hmm.
had added stuff was later added to it. DLC. There was, if you had once Series X and the PS5 came out, there was sort of like a patch to make it run better on those current systems. And then just recently they got a port to the Switch 2, which is the one I played, and you played on the Series X, right?
PS5.
Oh, PS5, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, so there's probably like them porting it to the Switch 2 means that they're probably gonna announce a Devil May Cry 6 within the next probably year and a half, I think.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, I that seems to be make the most sense, and because the game Devil May Cry 5 has sold 9 million units now. So, that's no RE money, but that's really good money. So,
Hmm.
they will definitely make a sixth game. There's no reason why they wouldn't. So, let's see. For me, I never played Devil May Cry 5 until now. So that's my experience with the game. I've always
Oh, I
wanted
didn't know that.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I've always wanted to. I've seen lots of great footage from it.
Yeah.
But never played it because I don't know, I was putting it off, or you know what you do. You put it on the back burner forever and
Sure.
then you don't play it. So it was like I feel like the port came out for Switch 2 and I was like, you know what, let's play it, and then because we've done DMC, so it's DMC, Devil May Cry 5 and kind of see where we're at. And well, I will say that I was even more pleasantly surprised than I thought I would be. So
Yeah.
that
I same.
that
I mean, I knew I was gonna like it, but yeah. Because I only ever seen. I mean, like you, I've seen clips, but I watched. I want to say that was Brandon's first ever Devil May Cry. It
hmm
That was back when we were still doing the streaming thing and not just the pod. So
hmm
I watched him play the early parts of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
hmm
I think once he got the V, I was like, all right, I've seen enough. Like and I went and bought it, and then 7 years later, here we are playing it.
Yeah, it's a great game because I think it's super approachable for beginners.
Hmm.
Um, and not only is it approachable for beginners, but there is so many like added difficulties that, anybody of any skill size can, or, skill level can play it and enjoy it as just as much. And I think
Sure.
the game as a whole is a huge love letter to the rest of the series, except the DMC like every other
Right.
numbered game. Like I feel like it's a really great love letter to all of that stuff with a bunch of returning characters, an added new one, um, and or two new ones technically, I guess if you count Nico and V.
Hmm.
So there's some new stuff, new characters in there, but and like for its story is a super mess with the brothers of Dante and Virgil, it's continues the
It's
story.
it does, and it's pretty straightforward. In the only thing you're gonna miss is like those holy shit story beat moments, but you can still play the game and enjoy it even if you don't know who anybody is when that stuff happens at the
hmm
end. I feel like because that's one of the things. I was watching a video about it today, and the guy was like, "Shit, do you need to have played, even all the others, or even just four?" And he's like, "No, but some of the story stuff won't hit as hard." And I was like, "That's exactly how I felt because I have played them, and even then, I was like, who is it?" I was like,
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean, I definitely liked the Nero in Devil May Cry 4 better than the Nero in this one. If I'm playing off of my
I think so
memory.
too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
They kind of really upped the whole like brattiness, which I'm
The
like,
Yes.
fine. It's fine. Um, but you get to so with Devil May Cry 5, you don't get to play just as Dante or Nero. There's a third character named V who you get to find out more about later on, but you have three characters with three very different um gameplay styles.
Hmm.
And there are some levels in which you can play as all three, like you can come back and replay the level as one of the three, or there's some levels in which you can only play as the character you're supposed to play as. For replayability, this is really fun because there was a weekend when I was playing this that I had brought my Switch 2 with me, and I didn't want to continue with the story because I wanted to play the story on the big screen. So I
Hmm.
went back and I played a bunch of older levels at a higher difficulty. And that was like really fun because I was like getting like the red souls or whatever to like level up the characters.
Hmm.
So I was just kind of like grinding out red souls, which was really fun. And then I also there is a like there was DLC added in which you could play as Virgil, and so I was playing through the main story as Virgil on the chapters I had completed already, and that was really fun. So there was a lot for me to do, like even though I wasn't playing the main story, and I found that to be
Yo, I
engaging.
love that. Yeah.
One of the biggest criticisms of the game when it came out was the character of V. V is the guy who looks very emo, and he has a cane and he walks very slowly and he uses two sort of animals to fight in his stead, which is a jaguar or three technically, I guess. He has a jaguar, he has a raven or a crow, I can't remember.
Hmm.
And then he has this sort of like golem character he can call down. This is like a special. And to use V, you can't be sort of in the action too much. You have to you have to order the animals to fight for you. I actually found it to be one of my favorite play styles because I don't know, there's something about it that was very like it was like you were casting magic almost.
Hmm.
And I really liked that feeling. And then being able to come in for the kill with V when he does his special like cane attack felt
Right.
very satisfying, and I really loved that. But it
Well,
is
it's
a
also it's a
Mhm.
whole new play style for Devil May Cry that we've never had before, and I appreciated that for it. Not only was it fun, I thought, but I mean, shit, he was the one I was pulling off the triple S's and all that shit with, and I like, and I'm jamming on Dante's guns and don't even get close. So I was like, this dude rocks.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought he was awesome. I think yeah, people just didn't like that play style because it's so vastly different than like Nero and
yeah,
Dante are
no,
different
it's for sure.
play styles, but they're the most similar. And but I actually yeah really found V's parts to be refreshing and kind of a nice change up to the rest of the gameplay stuff because I don't know, Dante's really grounded because he doesn't have like the ability to like jumper
Hmm.
like zip around like Nero and V can. And then Nero's pretty great, but like his arm attacks are limited because they're sort of like they can run out of like ammo, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But with V, like, and his creatures can, if they're hurt or damaged, they can disappear for a while, like until they like
Hmm.
refresh or whatever. So there are different cooldowns and like things you have to worry about that you can't just go crazy all the time. So yeah, I
Which is
mean,
is certainly different for the Devil May Cry.
yeah, absolutely. Um, so I'm just yapping here, but Mitch, I mean, what did you how'd you feel walking away from DMC 5?
Um, I'll tell you, I was the same thing that happened when we did DMC. I walked away very excited for more Devil May Cry. I want to play more now. I had, but I don't know. There's still, I guess there's still maybe a way they can not have what happened happen
Well, knowing video games, it's very
at the end.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right. So I wasn't crazy about that particular part with my favorite
Hmm.
character in the game,
Yeah.
um, but like that, like it leaves it, wide open for a new one, like you said, and I loved, kind of how things ended with Dante and what's his name,
A Virgil.
Virgil.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sick. And then Nero's going to be doing his thing. Yeah, I don't know. I had a really good time with it. And like I said, it made me excited for the series again.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a level of I kind of like when the game ends, I was like kind of like wait there isn't more kind of feeling like
Right,
because
right.
the way it ends it kind of builds up to a climactic moment where you think there's going to be another fight
Hmm.
sort of kind of, and you can
Yeah, and
do
a pretty
stuff during the
badass one.
credits.
Like,
Yeah, you can do stuff during the credits, but like I really thought like there was going to be more to the game. But yeah, I felt very sort of hopeful for like another another version of the game coming out, another sequel.
hmm.
And I really liked the addition of like Nico as the
Yeah,
character. Like it's so ridiculous how the van can just get everywhere.
well,
But
sure.
yeah, but like she was just really cool like stop in and talk to her at the end of every like, chapter or whatever. And then you can level up your characters with new things in the van, and you do find Trish and all that, and that's
Hmm.
really and Lady, and like that was really cool to see them back, even though they've really kind of just wrote them out as like sort of like side characters, which is kind of a bummer. It would have been cool just
Yeah,
to have like one of them as playable.
right.
Um, but it was great to see them all back, and yeah, it's just like the got the band back together. It felt like a new era of Devil May Cry was kind of
Hmm.
starting at the end of that game, and I was like, okay, cool. Like we can.
Right.
It felt really that felt fun, but I think like playing the game, like just like the moment to moment combat or just the moment to moment gameplay. Sorry, was really tight. Like the game made me feel had that Bayonetta thing going on where like I don't really know what I'm doing all that much, but
Right.
it makes you feel like a badass just enough to like feel good about it, and like yeah, you'll get your butt kicked, but like at the same time like you do feel really good about the stuff you're pulling off. And the levels are like super concise and put together, and like there's things to find and explore and nooks and crannies, but it isn't like overdone. Like the levels aren't overwhelming, and
No, I thought that I really did like that. They were super tight. And I never felt like any level overstayed its welcome. I got enjoyment out of every single one, that kind of thing. Nothing was I was just like, oh shit, nothing like uh Dante's Inferno when you're having to do all those
oh
damn
yeah, where the
challenges.
where the pacing just drops completely.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there was none of that. There was like optional challenge rooms and things.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah.
But like the moment to moment gameplay felt good, and the mission sizes were nice and bite sized that you can kind of pick it up, put it down, which
Hmm.
was always I always appreciate that.
Me too.
And I don't know if that's just like the old millennial in me that just remembers like games like that or what it was, but it's nice to be able to like take a break or whatever and come back to it in, on your time as opposed for it to be like one continuous thing.
Right.
So yeah, I really dug that aspect to it as well. And I mean, for also just as a Switch 2 game running on, I mean, Capcom, they got the wizards over there. They should be
Hmm.
they're working with Nintendo really well on making their games like optimized for the system, which is like a thing. Optimization of games has really been lost in the modern age because they don't need to try as hard a lot of the time.
Hmm.
But they've really optimized the games, the Capcom games for the Switch 2, but this one looked really stunning. Like it was 60 frames. It's like when it's docked and
Nice.
even when it handheld it's really smooth. Like it's a little blurrier and stuff, but ran really well and like I don't know, it's just it kind of had that magic port feeling to it. Just being able to play it on the go was great, but they did a great job with the port. I have no complaints about it. Um, and had all the DLC that was included. I think there's one thing they didn't include because it required something. I don't know what the deal was, but there's like one thing missing. But yeah, really enjoyed it.
Oh
So.
boy, I got pushed for DLC every
Oh
five
yeah, did you
minutes. It
get
felt like.
the new game thing of pop-up ads
Yes,
and yes,
yes.
bye bye bye. I will say like the ver playing as Virgil's cool, but like not required reading. And it's also weird because they didn't make any cutscenes for Virgil.
Hmm.
So you play the main story as Virgil, but instead of watching cutscenes, it just cuts to black and then like you're just back playing the game again because they didn't actually render him in anything. So you're just kind of like playing through the missions without any real context. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of context you need to use a motorcycle as a weapon
Right,
exactly, but you
right.
know what I mean. Once I got the motorcycle arms, I was really into
Yeah.
Dante.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
That was I was like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah, there's so many like I can't believe this is like I'm watching this moments in this game for sure.
Yes.
It is just very overdone Japanese fiction uh of which you don't see much of like this anymore. So
Mm.
it was very fun, but probably I'm gonna say like I think the first Devil May Cry I'll always have a really like a soft spot for because of
Hmm.
just the era and the time it came out and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was my first PS2 game that
Hmm.
I for my own PS2. Because like I said, my roommate had one, and so I would mess around with his every now and again. But I got the PS2 last in that generation. I started
Hmm.
with a GameCube, and then I got an Xbox for Live, when Live dropped. And but yeah, I got the PS2 last, and I think that was I bought my I it was an eBay lot. I got my console, and I got Devil May Cry and Tekken 4.
Oh man.
That was my first PS2 experience. So so yeah,
Tech.
I love the first one.
Yeah, the first one, I mean, and it still has that Resident Evil DNA in it. If you go back
Mm-hmm.
to it, you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely like this feels like a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
But I think that five is my favorite one to play. Like I do think that it's like just all around the 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 one I have least sort of friction with, you know? Like I did
Mm-hmm.
like going back to DMC and three is probably the one that people would probably say is their favorite or the best one, and they're probably right.
Sure. Sure.
And two just is a disaster. But I think five was the one, this one was like I just had the most fun with and just liked how polished it was.
Yeah.
And found myself replaying levels and grinding out red souls and stuff, and I just felt like a really fun time as opposed to me just like, all right, let's just like, play through the story kind of thing. I felt compelled to just kind of keep picking, like poking at it and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't get S ranks in all the difficulties at all, but I'm
Sure
glad
enough.
that, but I'm glad that it's on my system and I get to keep playing it. So yeah. Um, but yeah, any other closing thoughts, Mitch?
No, I pretty much got to everything I wanted to. I wish I hadn't felt like shit when I played it through so much of it, but I mean that's the beauty of owning the disc. I can always start it over or replay it whenever I want. So
That's right. They can't take it from you because they lost the licensing to it.
right. And like I said, my PS4 is a base, like a launch PS4. So I would be interested to see how it runs on that versus because it was so smooth on the PS5. So
Oh yeah, I mean on the PS4, well, you just get the PS4 jet engine situation going.
yeah, I think I was gonna say I think mine might chug with it a little bit, but
Yeah, I don't know
I
how.
had to I had to rip my eject button all the way out of it. Because I mean I'd be playing Monster Hunter and I've been fighting the fucking Diablos for 40 minutes and then I hear the beep and the disc will just eject.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, whatever the disc eject problem was, I got that shit. And so that's no good for somebody who was severely addicted to Monster Hunter and Destiny for a very long time. So I was looking up how to fix it, and I tried all the fixes, and finally one of them was like, "You could just rip the button out." And I was like, "You goddamn right, I can." So that's what I did.
I'll handle this my way.
Yeah, so I always had to eject disc with the controller, just hover over the game, the crossbar, and hit the triangle button.
There you go.
So yeah, she's
Um,
been through a lot though. She played a lot of Destiny and a lot of Destiny too. So
but yeah, those launch PS4 mans, woof, they were loud.
hmm
Um, cool. Well, yeah, I think this is a good video game, and then next month we'll talk about bum 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 bum.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know how much we'll have to talk about it, but I'm interested to sit down, play some Halo again,
I am
like
too.
it's 2001, and check out those bonus missions, which I've heard mixed things about, but I want to play it.
Yeah,
And yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a good time. Um, well, all right, I guess you can catch Mitch on the internets. Not really anymore.
not really anymore.
Not really anymore. You can catch him if you're running around Alabama, maybe somewhere.
Yeah,
If you,
yeah, very very specific regions between
yeah,
my
if you,
job and my
if
home.
yeah, if you run around Alabama, you might run into him. If you have any Mitch sightings, please send them to J Bartel DPS
Oh,
at
I was about you were about to say Chris Hansen.
Send them to Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen was on today talking about Roblox. He's after
Oh,
Roblox right now.
all right.
I know. He's
There's
Roblox and Epstein. That's his
another
priorities.
documentary just waiting to be made.
Yeah. My boy Chris is out there. What do you mean you wanted to shuck her oyster? Can you explain to me what you meant by
Yeah.
that?
You weren't gonna do anything once you got a case of beer.
Yeah.
Like, okay, buddy. I
The
never leave home without a case of beer. Yeah,
their
okay.
excuses always were like, I just wanted to see who it was. If it
I
was
thought we were
real.
just gonna hang out.
This
Yeah,
yeah, we were just gonna hang out, nothing. Texting ain't wrong. Yes it is.
yeah, sure
Yeah,
can be.
sure can be. Anyway, yeah, we'll catch you next month to talk about um Halo, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.